Who has the right to say a child at the age of 8 is not performing because maybe they're not the best at doing maths? But are they performing in other things? Are they succeeding in swimming? Are they succeeding in art? Are they succeeding in drama? Are they, education shouldn't just be about maths and English.
It is certainly important that a child leaves school with basic skills in literacy and numeracy, but that's quite different to maths and English as academic subjects. And I think that society does place too much emphasis on subjects as the issue rather than the knowledge and the skills that people come out of school with.
Literacy and numeracy skills are always going to be fundamentals for pretty much any life path that you choose. These are always going to be skills that children are going to need to have. However, that's not to say that successes across the board in all other subjects shouldn't be just as recognised and just as strived for. One of the things that we're becoming more and more aware is that there isn't just one type of academically successful child.
Expressive arts generally have always been underrepresented in Scottish education. I think the situation is actually better now than it used to be. There are more opportunities to pursue interests in music and drama and dance, for example, than used to be the case. Having said that, there is still a pecking order of subjects in schools.
We have this strange notion that, the more academic subjects, we want everybody to study medicine and law. No, we don't. Ken Robinson actually tells a great story, an absolutely brilliant story, about a boy at 17 who was academic and had done really, really well at school. And his guidance teacher was absolutely appalled because he wanted to be a firefighter. And he said, I was just one of those kids. And he went into the fire service. His head teacher, guidance, everyone was against it because he was academic. And they said, oh, but you're capable of so much more. And he said 6 or 7 years later, he was called to an automobile crash on a highway in New York and pulled from the wreckage 2 individuals. One was the guidance teacher and his wife. He gave CPR to them both, saved them both, and said at the end, I think they think differently of my job choice now.
The more traditional concept of being successful at school is achieving academic success and going on to university. And whilst that is very positive for lots of children and is a huge achievement for lots of children, there are many, many other ways that an individual could be hugely successful.
Is the purpose of school simply to equip people with a set of qualifications, a set of pieces of paper that say, I'm good, employ me, or I'm good, let me into this university? And that's certainly one of the functions. But I think we're failing if we only focus on that very narrow view of attainment. I think really we want young people to leave school who are educated in the broad sense of the term, and that means that they have a broad set of knowledge and skills which is of use to them as citizens in a society. Yeah, if we put people out who are extremely competent in a small group of subjects, but actually are unable to engage critically with the society they live in and are not aware of issues around, say, for example, social justice, then we're failing as a system.
Education is not about preparing kids for, Russell Group universities, to go into law or accountancy and then be miserable for the rest of their lives. Education is about giving them the scope and the choice of doing what it is that they want to do. And that's what we should be encouraging. And I don't like snobbery about what subject. I don't care whether you want to be a ballet dancer or whether you want to be an actor or whether you want to be a doctor or whether you want to go and work in a shop or whether you want to run your own business. I don't mind what it is that you want to do. My job as an educator is to help you achieve that dream. That's what educators do.
I don't think it's an easy one to solve. There is quite a lot of goodwill in terms of recognising a different range of skills and abilities compared to the very narrow focus on academic success that was a feature of earlier periods in Scottish education, but we've still got quite a long way to go.
An old parable in the curriculum world called the saber-tooth curriculum. I don't know whether you've ever heard of it. It talks about a Stone Age curriculum where one of the subjects was called saber-tooth tiger scaring. It was a pretty relevant subject to have at the time because there were saber-tooth tigers coming into the village and eating people. After the After the saber-toothed tiger became extinct, the subject persisted on the school curriculum. And this is an issue with the school curriculum, is that because we frame it as subjects, we lack the mechanisms to update the curriculum to make it more relevant for the modern world.
I think now, again, we're starting to come back round to the fact that an individual's achievement, in whatever area that is, should be recognised for what it is and not compared subject to subject or child to child.